Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. You know, this episode was just like even before I started recording, I'm sitting there trying to describe think of how to describe this episode, and it was so off. Like the pacing was very off. It seemed like it was a lot of padding. You know, you had certain scenes where it's like it was just there to get you to the 18-minute mark, like Poppy sitting there thinking about Bill for a hot minute. Bill sitting there thinking about Poppy for a hot minute. It's like the scenes just went on just long enough with the commercials and everything like that just to get you to the end, right? And after Bill finished talking to his hot realtor, okay, I want to sit there and make that very clear. That one was hot. Calls up RJ. Now, RJ is sitting there telling Luna that the math adds up as far as Bill being your dad. You know, Bill and Poppy, they hooked up back then and you were around that age, so it's possible. Now, Luna has this look on her face. I don't know if you want to sit there and call it like this ugly look the entire time, this scrunchy, frowny look on her face the entire time. Um, But it just seems like RJ just keeps hammering in on and on and on. It's exactly what I was saying. I was like, I felt like this episode was just a lot of padding. It's like he kept sitting there telling her the same thing, just using different words. So, after a while, it's like I was starting to not fall asleep or anything like that, but I'm like, I'm writing and I'm like, he just said the same thing except for a different word. He gets a call from um, Bill to sit there and tell him about the lease. Bill was not there texting Poppy as far as, hanging out and seeing each other. Then Luna texts Poppy and is like, hey, listen, let's sit there and meet up. Now, RJ starts asking these questions because he's like, I'll sit there and suss out Bill. But, he asks all these, abstract questions like, oh, you and Poppy, he's a really special person. Yeah, it's so crazy that, y'all met back then. And it's not like he's fishing, what was he going to sit there and say, maybe 27 years ago, 20, 27, 20, 26? He's meant to try and do the math, but he's just asking these random questions like, oh yeah, she's a very special girl. And it's just like, what are you trying to suss out? I mean, listen, if you were sussing out questions that I didn't pick up, please let me know in the comment section because I just don't understand the line of question he was asking. Now, Luna, oh my god, Luna brings Poppy over. There's this whole roundabout. It's almost like she had to sit there and feel like she had to do padding. Well, just to let you know, I'm asking these questions, but it doesn't change anything. We still have the special bond and everything like that. It's almost like saying something nice before you come in with something really shocking. And I'm like, girl, just answer the question already. And so she finally asks, after a good 4 minutes, is Bill my dad? And then it ends right there. That was literally it. And this is exactly what I was going to say. It felt like padding because it was literally just the four characters. Usually you have A, B, and C storyline to kind of push it along more better, But because you didn't have that um that third act. And granted, here's the thing. Sometimes, a lot of times you don't need a third act. If you make the two acts really well, then it's great. But when you don't make the acts well, and it feels more like it's just padding, then it turns into an episode like this. This is what one of my subscribers, Ronnie Ryan, always sits and says, rinse and repeat. Just padding up until the end. I honestly tell you the truth, I can sit there and tell you right now, you don't need to watch this episode. The only thing that wants to happen in this episode is that finally Luna asks Poppy, hey, listen, is Bill my dad? And RJ asks Bill a bunch of random questions that seems like doesn't really go anywhere. That was it. That was literally it. Bottom line. I sat there and looked at my paper. I was like, Jesus Christ, I just wasted a whole paper on like 3 lines. Okay, it was a little bit more than 3 lines, but still, it wasn't even more like a quarter of the paper that I normally use. But if you want to sit there and wash some dishes or, paint or something like that and have this in the background, be my guest. But those are the things that you can sit there and kind of guess. Kind of know that happens in this episode. Like I said, my theory would be that Lee will find out, change the DNA test, and then just act like the demon that she is, that she tends to act like. For the system's like, oh, I just didn't want you latching on and ruining Finn and ruining this and ruining our family name or whatever sort of BS that's going to come out of her mouth. Anyway, I feel like that's pretty much about it. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if I miss anything, come to the live stream. We'll sit there and talk about it all on the beautiful Young and Restless State of Elias General Hospital. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.